10k armor, 77 fire and lightning resistance, 76% cold resistance, almost 2k life, and almost 3k energy shield. Why? We have only 2-second recharge delay on our energy shield, and also 50% of our armor also applies to elemental damage taken. Because we're using Shaman, we're taking 10% less elemental damage. Also, we can adapt to that elemental, and also 50% of our physical damage taken is converted to elements. If you're adding together all of this, you getting a very tonky werewolf shaman, by also maintaining the very high damage even on tier 15 maps and just deleting easily the bosses. What's up guys, Pidget here. This is my day 3 update about Werewolf, Druid, Shaman, and this time I increased the tonkiness and the damage even further. So now we can effortlessly do tier 16 maps without any issue and just literally breeze through the whole map without any problems. The damage on single target is just insane, even on tier 16 bosses is just melting, so I can see it even further. We can push this one. There is a lot of things to cover today, how I reach that much armor, energy shield, life, and also damage at the same time by keeping the build on lower budget. I changed almost every single item in the build, so there is a lot of things to cover. So let's start with the weapon. So guys, I'm using here a spiny talisman because the spiny talisman is the best one because it has a high attack speed and very high critical chance, as you can see here, and also decent fizz on this one. And I was lucky, unlucky to get the penetrates cold resistance on this one. I wanted physical damage, but this is what I got. It's not that bad, but it's kind of, I feel like at this point of the game it's kind of mediocre. And now let's talk about, guys, all of the tonkiness. Where is this all of this defensive coming from? The 10k armor, and almost the 50% of that is applies to elemental damage taken as well, and also our high resistances, and also our energy shield recharge delay, because that is a very big deal. Even if you're not noticing, that is a very important stat, because when you're taking a hit, you losing your energy shield, you know that one. But the time that you need to wait would be normally 4 seconds, but with my setup you only need to wait 2 seconds, and literally between packs you're recharging immediately your very huge energy shield pool. And now the items. So let's start with the body armor, because the body armor will provide you the majority of the armor and energy shield. As you can see here, I was lucky to get the death mantle base that is providing us +1 to all maximum elemental resistances, which is kinda insane with the shaman, less damage taken from the elements and so on. So this is synergizing very well. Using a hybrid armor and energy shield basis, by the way, everywhere. So the helmet is not an exception from this one. As you can see here, 500 armor, 176 energy shield, and a little life, and basically resistances. That's about it. This is also providing us a lot of defensive. And the gloves, as you can see here on my gloves, I did not have any sort of life modifier, because the more armor and energy shield I have, I feel like it's better than just have 100% life, right? And also it's providing me a lot of damage, and also resistances as well. And the boots. So only the boots is the exception, because the boots is giving me right now only energy shield. At the same time, this thing is giving me almost 800 armor. Why is that? Because we took the iron slippers +3 to armor per 1 item energy shield on equip boots, amulet, and the ring. So the amulet, guys, I only using on this one life, spirit, little attributes, and a slight item rarity, and I anointing the hurt stopping. The hurt stopping is giving me critical hit chance, because by the way, I feel like you already noticed this is a crit based build. We was literally doing crit based from the start, because it's very easy to scale if you have very high critical hit chance on your weapon. The rings, guys, so I'm using here, you know, for fulfill my resistances, attributes, and if I can get a slightly damage, as you can see here, and the other ring as well. And basically that's it what I care. Now about the mana, guys. The mana is kind of an issue with this build, and you need a little mana regen rate and also gain mana per enemy killed. This is how I sustaining my mana, but I can tell you that maybe this is also not enough. enough. So in the future I need a little bit more on that one, because there is some certain situation when I'm using my lunar blessing, right, and then pouncing, so literally I'm losing so many mana and then starting attacking as well. So it's kind of hard if there is not too many monsters around me, right? So it's kind of hard to, you know, sustain back that one. The passive tree, guys, it's changed a lot. As you can see here, we unspec'd a lot of things, and also we unspec'd the zealots, all big passive tree looks like. So I changed the starting zone because this is granting me also more armor and also energy shield recharge rate starting, and also armor applies to elemental damage taken. Okay, so the wording on this one is very weird, but this is not giving me damage. Okay, this is just defenses, and I using here a little bit area here, and we still using the Guardian of the Wise, and basically a natural essence here, Harbinger of Disaster and Primal Spirit, and we dropped the Spiral into Depression, so we don't need to use that one. And also we took here the Insulating Hide, because this is granting you also faster start of energy shield recharge by shapeshifted, and also armor also applies to elemental damage by shapeshifted, so this node's also adding the same things as well. And we already talking about the Iron Slippers. This is granting us a tons of armor, and also using Swift Claw here, Piercing Claw down here, the Vulgar Methods, Barbaric Strength, and using all of these goodies here with Sigil of Fire, Lightning, and Ice. As you can see here, we can easily gain benefits all of this, because we shocking, we igniting, and obviously we chilling enemies as well, and a little bit more maximum rage here. And I taking here the reinforced barrier and the bonded precision as well. Up here we taking the Ancient Aegis. This is not new, but we taking the Adamant recovery. Increases reduction to armor also apply to energy shield recharge rate at 40% of their value. So my energy shield recharge rate, you can see here, 768 currently, which is kind of insane, because literally less than 3 seconds I can recharge my whole energy shield. So between packs sometimes it's absolutely instantly full almost, so that is kind of good. And also down here we're using the Frozen Claw and Spirit of the Wolf, because this is granting us crit chance and increased skill speed. And I took almost the whole thing up here, Spirit of the Bear, Molten Claw, and Hide of the Bear, because this is also gives us armor, maximum fire resistance, and stun threshold as well. So by the way, this beard has kind of decent stun threshold at this point, surprisingly, so I'm not feeling I'm getting too often stunned, so it's kind of good. And here we taking the Spirit of the Wyvern, Electrified Claw, and the Scale of the Wyvern to even more faster energy shield recharge, and also increase of that rate, and also maximum lightning resistance. And finally we taking the Storm Strike here, and all natural. And I have a single Javel here, because this is giving me a critical hit chance and a damage penetration. So these two is kind of insane together, and cold penetration is not showing up in the character sheet at all, so like it's not giving you more tooltip damage, but this is insane. This is like 13% more damage. So now the Ascendancy, and there is a very big and important change. The Sacred Flow. We took the Sacred Flow. As you can see here, I have one single charm slot missing, right? And this is on purpose, so this is giving me 40 spirit. So the reason why we need extra spirit, we can generate frenzy and power charges. Why this is important? Because none of our abilities is interacting with these charges, but because we're taking the charge regulation, we're getting more critical hit chance and also increased skill speed, and sometimes we're getting more defenses as well because of the endurance charges. So this is an insane defensive and offensive at the same time for 30 spirit, and because we freezing everything with combat frenzy, right? Then we can easily just generate random charges, and when we take a hit from the cold damage, we will generate additional power charge immediately, even in a boss fight, because of our Avatar of Evolution, because we're taking lightning damage and cold and fire as well at the same time, which is generating charges once again. So all of this thanks for the sacred flow, because that 40 spirit is very, very important for us. And that's the reason why we taking the sacred flow, and this is how we utilizing as well. Now the rest of the Ascendancy, we taking the reactive growth once again and the avatar of evolution. Reactive growth will give you less elemental damage taken and also can adopt the highest elemental damage that you're taking, which is kind of insane. And also you can have double effect of that one, and the adaptation can stack up to like 3 adaptation. Yes, so literally you can get a very huge amount of elemental damage reduction for the next 5 seconds when you're taking a hit from the elemental damage. And basically this is why it's important the armor, because that is reducing even further, or maximum resistance is also reducing even further. So all of this combined is kinda insane together to make our werewolf super tonky. And we're using turning of the seasons. This is not changed at all. The links, guys, so the shred links also got changed. We're using blindside, rapid attacks, long fuse, and pinpoint critical. And by the way, I can tell you that my shred has 100% critical hit chance, because this is providing me more critical hit chance while the enemy is blinded, because we can blind enemies as well. So, and also more critical hit damage. We're using on the Lunar Assault the Bathar's Vengeance. This is, guys, once again, this is comes from the currency exchange. This is not a support gem that you can get with the uncut support gems, okay? You need to purchase from the market or drop this one, but I don't know where this is dropping. Rapid Attacks 2, Elemental Ornament 2, and Ancestral Call 2. With the Cross Slash, I'm using Close Combat, Code Attunement, and Elemental Ornament. And on the Pounds, I'm using Mark of Siphoning, Charge Mark, Freezing Mark, and Cooldown Recovery. Now the Charge Mark is important because this is what is giving us the shock and the shock ground, which is increasing the enemy damage taken by a lot, and also enabling our Sigil of Lightning, right? Also increased damage as well. And Combat Frenzy, this is how you generating frenzy charges. You have additional chance to generate a random different charge as well. And Clarity 1, because I don't have more spirit for that one currently. And Charge Regulation, once again, because we can have all of the free charges that is providing us offensive and defensive at the same time. And I still using Eternal Rage, so my rage always full, and also my Lunar Blessing can have a pretty long buff duration time as well, while we regenerating as well rage. And the Lunar Blessing with cooldown recovery 2, Elemental Ornament 2, Second Wind 3, and also prolonged duration. And finally, Thunderstorm with Blind, because this is our blind source, and this is activates the blind side, so our shred can crit literally 100% of the time. And the important thing is the ice fragments, very important for that one, because that will have 100% crit, so you will deal massive amount of damage thanks to the more critical damage bonus as well from the blind side. Since I got this setup, I did not die one single time, guys. I effortlessly gaining experience and ramping my beard to level 90, where my shred will getting the 6 socket, so I can have a 6 link main damaging ability, which will be kinda insane. So we already deleting bosses. Now imagine that with on a 6 link, so it's very, very good. And also I'm feeling pretty safe now, because we're freezing also, and if we're not freezing something that is a range monster right outside of our melee range, then we don't need to be afraid from that, because we can just literally take hits, because we have a lot of energy shield armor combined together, and it feels pretty damn nice, and also the recharge rate as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update video, and I hope you will have a good time with this one, because if you're reaching this level, it will be insane. You will not die. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Pridget2. Thanks for watching. I was Pridget. See you next time.